What's good, people? It's your boy Twale here to bring you a review of Kingdom Chapter 520 entitled Battles Beginning. Now, in this chapter, it was pretty simple. Not too much really happened, but the things that did happen were really good. And let me explain what I mean by that. Okay. Now, in the beginning of the chapter, we got Shin, Ten, and Kyokai complaining about where the Haishin unit was placed. And like I said, I didn't think that that was a good spot for them all the way to the back. Didn't really make much sense. Shin is not really, like this Haishin unit is more of a vanguard out there getting your face, I'm going to beat you up type of unit. Not really a tactics, I'm going to outsmart you type of unit. So to me, them being in the back didn't really make much sense. But it was something that Shin said that got Ten thinking in this chapter about how it looks like they're afraid of Raboku. It looks like the Haishin unit is afraid of Raboku. That's why they're all the way to the back. And Ten said something like, okay, if that's why we're in the back, then Osen must be planning on ... And then we got cut off by Kyokai, who was telling the both of them, like, yo, it doesn't even matter where we are right now because the main problem, the main like crux of this situation is our left army, Mouten side. Mouten is by himself, 5,000 going against 30,000. You know what I'm saying? He's at a very, very high disadvantage. So after that, after Kyokai gave Shin and Ten the heads up, like, yo, left side, that's where we're focusing at. It switches over to Raboku. Now, I understand people like think Raboku is just the smartest man in Kingdom. I personally don't think that. He's a very smart individual in Kingdom, but he's not the smartest. I'm not giving him that title. And this chapter kind of solidified that for me because the man, he kind of pulled the mobile. He knew it was a trap, knew something was funny, knew something was up, and still went for the bait. Now, I understand that you take the advantageous situation, 30,000, 5,000, yeah, you smash. Cool. But you know that Osen isn't just a clumsy or rash individual. You know from what you've dealt with Osen so far that the man is very cunning, very smart. So for Raboku to just hop on the bait and just jump and take the bait like that, to me was a mistake, personal. I wouldn't have done it. When the narrator gave us the whole Raboku had two options, and it was either go with the bait and trap that Osen had just laid out for you, the bait and trap, I got 5,000, come attack my left wing, or you start from a different area of the battlefield. Me personally, I would have started from a different area of the battlefield because Osen is expecting you to hit this side. That is, you're doing what he wants. You're going at his pace. So that to me was a mistake on Osen on Raboku's part. Now, after that, after he gives Kisui and Bati the go-ahead to just go and slaughter Mouten's 5,000 troops, Kisui did something that I didn't quite understand, but then in the long term, it made sense. They mobilized the entirety of his army, the entirety of his 30,000 Raigan army. They moved out. Nabati says something like, if we go any farther, we're going to be pushing the battle lines to Osen's HQ. Kisui, probably from his experience with Kanki, was just like, nah, let's not underestimate these Quinn soldiers. Like, this Osen dude might seem like a dumbass, but there's something to it. There has to be something to it. And he sends out a scout. I think it was like the Iki unit or whatever. Okay. He sends out the Iki unit, and they report back that half of Mouten's forces have just disappeared. 2,500, of the 5,000 have just disappeared. They have no idea where they were. And maybe 2 seconds after getting that update, here comes Mouten and his crew from the right flank of Kisui, just chewing, taking a nice little chunk out of them. And it kind of dawned on me that like Mouten was able to not only catch them off guard, but he was able to move his army in a way that I can't quite explain it, but he was able to move his army in a way that not only kept the enemy guessing as to where they were, but he was also able to move fast enough to set up a hunting ground position for himself. And I'll get to that a little bit later. But Mouten just comes through the right flank of Kisui, takes him out, comes from the side and just runs through. And Mouten, in his fighting style, to me, is very, very fluid. He's a finesse fighter. If you notice in the panels, he's not slashing or hacking people. He's literally poking them in the chest, poking them in the throat, poke, 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 stab, stab, stab. Mouten is not a power guy, but he has great technique. So I give Mouten his props on that. Then we get to a little cutscene of Mouten and his adjutant. I can't remember his name or if he even got his official name, but he was worried about Mouten. He's like, I'm not young enough. My body is too old to be out there with the young boys, so I'm gonna leave it to you, Rikusen. And Rikusen is the guy with the rooster kind of helmet. Kind of has, like, you know what I'm saying, his helmet kind of looks like a rooster when it's in that fight mode. And the old guy, the adjutant, he was telling us that, like, this guy Rikusen has spear skills and spear abilities on Uhon level. He said that this guy, a part of Mouten's group, would give Uhon a good challenge in terms of spearmanship. So I'm very, very much looking forward to seeing what he'll bring to the table. But yeah, the old guy was just really worried about Mouten, trying to like reinforce in Rikusen's mind, like, yo, you have to watch out for him. He's, you know what I'm saying, he's the young master. You have to watch out for him. You got to protect him. You got to protect him. And he's sitting here like, man, the baby in him. You know what I'm saying? He's not the same young master that used to fall over trees and run and do reckless things. He's grown up. He's mature. He's, as Rikusen said it, he's at the level where he can see a battlefield the same as a great general on the level of Osen or Kanki or Yatanwa and things like that. So he's not worried about Mouten in that sense, but he does let the old man know, like, yo, I got his back. I'm going to protect him. This is my job. Don't worry about it. Then we see Mouten do his, like I said, his flank attack. He flanked Kisui, started taking out his men from the right side, chewing through them. Kisui reacted really quickly, got the men on the right flank to readjust their formations and get ready to charge. As soon as Mouten seen that, he dipped. We out. We did what we did. We chewed him up real quick, and now we out. Kisui sent a 2,000 unit cavalry after him, but it was just to Mouten's design. Because one of Mouten's guys that was in his initial attack group was saying that the hardest thing to do is to run away while still giving them the appearance that they're on their tail. So it's like, I can't go full speed, but I can't dog it either. Because if I dog it, then I'm going to get caught. But if I go at full speed, then they're never going to catch me. They're not going to pursue. So he was saying, you know, he was going to the effect of, I have to slow trot, maybe, you know, fake like I'm going to give myself up. But no, we got this. And at the very last second, here comes Rikusen with his group, with his spear, just taking out this 2,000 cavalry. So a couple things have to be clarified as to how many men are comprised, how many men comprise these two units. Is it Mouten took 2,500 and then attacked, and then Rikusen took another 2,500 and then attacked, or is it Mouten took maybe 1,000 and then Rikusen took maybe, you know, say 1,500 and they split the 2,500 like that? Or they split the 5,000 evenly. We're not sure exactly because Kisui's, when Mouten attacked, Kisui's scout said that there were still 2,500 at the original, at Quinn's original position. So we're not sure exactly how many men Mouten took to attack with him. We also got at the very end, Mouten, you know, talking a little shit. He was like, yeah, welcome to the hunting grounds. And as soon as he said that, the men that were running with him when they were fleeing the Reigen army turned around and said, about face, now it's time to get started. So this is something that Moten has planned, and this is something that Moten has worked out between him and his own men. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing where we go from here. That's my review of chapter 520. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.